to Route to Eden.
On this episode of En Route to Eden, we decided to visit one of our very own church families to see how their route to Eden has been going. They will be sharing with us some of their crops that they have been growing and harvesting, as well as how this journey has been beneficial for them and their neighbors. Come along with me. Let us take a drive to learn of one way we can improve our health through gardening.
Welcome to the good Ming garden.
Yes.
Mr. Ming, he plants and the Lord give the increase.
Hallelujah. So yes, right now we have hallelujah and kale, and I have here avocado tree, which I'm not gonna let this avocado tree get no higher than 7 feet. I'll take the crown out, cap it, and the tree will just get bigger and I can control it. The height will get about 7-8 feet, and then it will just go wider and I can keep trimming it. So I keep it like a little miniature avocado tree. But as you see, the main crop here is the callaloo, and my wife is the expert in cutting this callaloo.
You want to be cutting the callaloo just above where the leaf starts, and it has like a young stem that will grow once you've taken the crown off. So that will grow again to give you another stalk of callaloo in maybe 4 days, less than a week.
We have a Scotch bonnet tree,
Pepper
tree, and these peppers are known to be some of the world's hottest peppers. With these peppers, then down here I just have
escovitch fish.
Yes. This Jamaican mango tree,
East Indian
mango. And
hopefully I'll be around to see it bear in 10 years. That's how long you have to wait for a mango tree to bear. 10 years. All right, here we have some nice growing kale. This is nice and fresh, young, wonderful to make a kale salad. You remove it from the stem after you washed and cut it up small.
Okay, so this is a starter box that I use. Some people use them since we had the pandemic as planters, but I use these boxes to start certain things. Just like when I started my callaloo, I had so many seedlings, and I will put them online, very, very generous, $1 a pop, and people will come by and ask for $10 or $20 worth, and they get more than they actually bargain for. So I do have a compost bin. It's a government compost container. I think this was $75 from, you go up to the post office and you pay for it, and you could pick it up. Oh yes, so this is a Corey tree. And utilizing every bit of space we can possibly get to plant food. We need food. Yeah.
So tell me, Farmer Jay, what's the cost to start all this mass production that you have going here? How much did it cost you?
I wouldn't say mass production, but nevertheless, it didn't cost a whole lot to start the garden, you know.
Okay.
Maybe about $150 to be exact.
$150
yes.
for all that you have going.
Well, you
now.
see, the soil that I have, if you really look at the soil,
Right.
it's just basic, more sand and dirt.
Right.
So what I did do, I brought a few bags of black coal, and then I took about 7 buckets, so 7 to 8 buckets, and I went down to my mom's house, and she lives in Paget, and she has really clay sort of soil, and I mixed it in.
Okay, very nice. And just remind us what crops you have. How many different crops you have?
Now I have the callaloo, I have the kale, I have some tomatoes going, I have a few cabbage heads there, a few peppers, some dasheen in the corner. So yeah, those
I
are my
saw
meals.
cane. You mentioned
And the
sugar
sugar
cane.
canes in the, yes, I have sugar cane.
Pineapples.
Pineapples are growing on the edge of the boundary.
Right.
Yeah.
And all those spices and stuff that I see Karen have going.
Yes,
Just
yes.
next to the kitchen.
And
All started from $150.
yes, because what happens is after you the crop comes to an end, you always let a plant seed.
Right.
So at the ending of callaloo season, this callaloo will give me callaloo right through the whole summer. They love the heat. They thrive off the heat. So at the ending of it, I let one callaloo tree grow right up and let it seed. And then I take that seed once it's dried out and I save that seed for next year.
Right.
So everything I let seed and I lock off seed, label it. So I don't even have to go buy seed.
Right.
You know, watermelons, whatever I plant, I hold on to the seed if able.
How much you think you save on a monthly basis
Oh wow.
from what you should reap, as opposed to if you had to go to the supermarket to buy produce?
So we save, depending on the season, we save at least, I would say at least $200 a month just from having a garden. This summer we're eating a lot of greens. You see the kale,
yes.
the color. Not only us, but you know, I walk around the neighborhood and I give away a lot of
Very
it
nice,
because
yes.
the callaloo is just constantly turning over.
Yeah.
So even with the callaloo, we can cook the callaloo and freeze it. Put it in and portion it in bags, you know, freezer bags, and freeze the callaloo.
And you have that for a very long time, weeks, maybe months.
Yes, and
you have callaloo.
Just keep it freeze, just like going downtown and buying a bag of frozen vegetables.
Right, yes.
Same thing, you know, but fresher.
Yes.
Comes from your
All
garden.
natural.
All natural.
Impressive,
No fertilizers
impressive.
and stuff.
And
like
tell me, have you seen any difference in your crops that you grew at home as opposed to the ones that we get from Marketplace or Lindo's?
Definitely much
Tell me about
fresher, cleaner taste. Obviously the cost, that's a big difference.
Right.
But in the taste and the cooking of it it's just cleaner food.
Do you use
it
any
tastes-
fertilizers on your plants?
We try not to put like in the soil, like I said, I'll use the manure,
Right.
chicken manure or black cow manure. But to put spray fertilizers
Right,
on the
you
leaves,
don't.
no, the pesticides and all that to keep the bugs off, we try not to do that.
And you find that your vegetables last longer,
Yes,
don't you? Right.
yes, that's right. Without using this sort of
Right,
fertilizers.
right. Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Very impressive, Jay.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so there we have it, church family. We see that getting back to Eden is not very hard at all. For one, it's very inexpensive. We saw where the Mings only spent approximately $150 to get all this production that they have started. Also, the food is more healthy. The taste, I'm sure it's very different as opposed to if you buy it from Marketplace or the other supermarkets, because there's no fertilizers that's used on the produce that they have. Also, it will last longer and you will always have food to eat, even during times of lockdown. All you need to do is to go to your garden and reap, as we saw Karen doing today. And at the end of the day, you will feel accomplished and you will know that you're on your way to living by the 8 laws of health. From En Route to Eden to you, let us get back to Eden.